All right, in this last segment, we are going to draw the foundation and a little bit of grade around the base of the building. So the first thing we're going to want to do is put in a foundation wall and some footings. So we're going to extend the outside face of these exterior walls downwards, right, into the ground. We're going to make this foundation wall a little bit thicker than the 6-inch exterior wall. So let's make these, well, let's just make them a foot thick. So this is now going to be a 1 foot thick poured concrete foundation wall. And technically, actually, I should put the, let me put the finished floor in first before I do that. I should not have done that. Hang on a second. Get rid of that. Okay, so before I do that, let's do finished floor. Let's have a couple of inches in here. A little bit of finished floor, and let's put like a 6-inch floor joist underneath. All right, now these are going to attach to the exterior wall over here. All right, so we've got, oops, hang on a minute. Okay. Here is my finished floor. There. These are my floor joists. Okay. And below that, we're going to have a little bit of a crawl space. Or we could just do, well, let's do slab on grade. Let's just do a crawl space. That way we can do, I'll show you how to do an earth poche. All right, so what we have is, let's see, I need to extend this down because technically this wall is a little bit lower. Okay, and erase that. Don't need that. Sticking through there. All right, so we've got finished floor joists, and they're running this way. They're running crossways, so we're seeing their side. And then this down here is going to be earth beneath the crawl space. So over here we have a 1 foot thick foundation wall, and the floor joists are going to butt up against that, and then this is going to go through. So let me fix that real quick. So we're going to make this like that, and then we will have, go to there. All right, so what we have is, let me finish this over here. I did not get my foundation wall in. So I need 1 foot thick poured concrete. And that's going to go up to the floor joists. Like that. And this, nope, I'm wrong. It's going to go to there. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Okay, so what we have is a foundation wall with the floor joist attaching here. All right. So I'm just going to clean up this connection. I've got an extra line in there. I don't like that. So let's keep going. So a foundation wall will go down below the ground, differing amounts depending on your frost line. So for these generic purposes that we're using right here, let's take it down 3 feet. And this is where the footer is going to go. All right, so let's have the footer be a foot thick. It's going to look like an upside down T shape, like the letter T. All right, and let's bring it out 6 inches, foot. Let's bring it out 6 inches. And these are very, very generic sizes that I'm using. So depending on how much load and the type of construction, the location, the type of soil conditions, all these things will determine what your footer and your foundation wall will actually look like. These are just very generic ones so that we can get used to the idea. All right, so we've cleaned that up. There he is. Now, because this is poured concrete, we have to do the poche for poured concrete, which is dots and little triangles. Okay, so we know that yes, indeed, that is poured concrete. While we're here working on this side, let's go ahead and put in a little bit of the grade. All right, so and I'm going to angle this just ever so slightly. Okay, so this is the grade. So this is basically, this is dirt. And we're going to indicate that this is dirt with this hatch pattern, which I'm doing freehand, which is terrible. Does not look good. But this basket weave pattern says, hey, this is dirt. And I'm going to do a little bit on both sides so that you get the idea that, yep, sure enough, this is, you know, the earth in this crawl space under the house. Okay, so I'm going to do the exact same thing over here, except I'm going to put a little step, okay, a little like a stoop out here, because this is actually the front door. And then I think we're just about done. So let me take care of this footer over here. Okay. Oops, that's off. Okay. Alright, do the crochet. Okay, good enough. Alright, do some, again, don't do this by hand. Even though I am doing it by hand, I know that's terrible. I'm setting a bad example, a bad teacher. This is mostly just to save time. Okay, so on this side, we're going to have a little bit, because this is our door, we're going to have a little tiny bit of a stoop coming out. And that should be probably down, just a bit lower than that door sill. So let's put it down here. All right, now, if my grade is here, I'm probably going to want my grade up here. So let's say we've got 6 inches of poured concrete, and that's going to be our little stoop. All right. So there's our 6 inches. Now, how big do I want this? Let's say it's kind of nice and big, so you can stand there, because the door is going to swing outwards a good 3 feet. So let's make it 5 feet, so there's room for a person to stand without getting whacked by the door. That's no fun. All right, so we're going to have, there's our little stoop. Go there. there. This is also poured concrete. Okay, now I can do a little bit of a grade here, sloping away from the house always, and put in my basket weave. Sometimes you will see this basket weave pattern on a 45-degree angle, and that indicates disturbed earth or backfill. So sometimes you might see that. So there we are. We now have a section view. The end.